everybody. Hello. I just want to say good morning to everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I did a shuffle, a pre-reading shuffle, and I pulled a few cards, and I just want to show you what I'm seeing so far. So tap in with me here. We have the cross with the Six of Wands highlighted for some, and then we also have the cross itself highlighted. So something about burdens and victories. I heard overcoming challenges. We also have something about news today or news within the day. And the rider as its signifier. Something about timing could be significant. And then the number 3 could be significant here. And also the Ten of Swords. Something has come to an end. I want to pull a few more cards out of this sequence here. We also have the star here. And for those of you who know what the star is, it could be an Aquarius placement. I heard Venus could be significant, but also Aquarius moon could be significant here. And then we have the anchor. We have the anchor. And Nine of Swords could be significant. So something about like nervousness, about a transition in love, everyone. For those of you who missed me, I missed you too. A lot has actually been changing and improving. For those of you who left off with me last time, there was a bit of an emotional thing going on, and I was calling for my miracle from God to appear if it was meant for me, and it did. I was like a rare case where I could actually speak to the fact that God was listening. When I asked for my miracle, God was listening. And I also heard that in the spirit realm, like there was a lot more conflict going on that was being properly addressed. And I just want to like get into this pre-card reading. Something about the significance of a relationship. Someone is trying to call someone back into a relationship that is long gone. Like long gone. There's a separation here with this person, and there was a return of another person that was being, I heard, forced out of the energy by spell work, by their own mother. Could have been significant. So if my phone dies, by the way, during this live, I'm so sorry. I mean nothing by it, but there's nothing I can do, otherwise the camera is going to be sideways as my phone is charging, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, let's get into the energy, because over the course of my absence here, I was intuiting some crazy shit, guys. Like, crazy, ludicrous things in the spirit. Hi, welcome in. So, yeah, something about the occult, something about spell work being uncovered with the book in reverse, right? There was something that happened a couple of days ago that I would really like to tap back into and see what was going on. I heard a black magic hex, because all I was intuiting were the words INRI, which is like the abbreviation for Jesus, you know, King of the Jews. It was a Latin sort of abbreviation that was calling for Jesus, King of the Jews. And I'm getting here, there's, yeah, this is me exposing it right here with the lady card and the sun. There was a black magic hex that literally summoned demons somewhere to someone to start attacking the Jesuit and the Joshua Tree bloodline. Now, I know this is a little intense, but we're about to dive headfirst into this. The reason why the Joshua Tree bloodline was being attacked is because it has direct connection to Jesus's mother, Mary of Nazareth. And the Nazarene bloodline that connected Jesus to the Son of God, and that lineage, you know, the Christos anointing. This is something that has been attacked consistently and without cease for a very long time. And I heard that this is the generation that's finally breaking that curse by disallowing entry of any evil assignment into the realm. So it's actually really disturbing here because I was hearing Inri, but like screamed at the top of a pitch, like a vocal pitch. It was so unnatural. It sounded like a drill screaming Inri. And I was like, what on earth is this supposed to be? It sounded like very chaotic and fast invocation. So I knew it was black magic because it doesn't sound like anything that would have been of the Christos presence, right? So I was actually super creeped out by what I was hearing, and I heard that there was a harvest attempt and a sacrifice attempt that happened, and this was from Thursday through Friday. So someone's dominion, someone's throne was being attacked here. And that's your confirmation with the beeps in the background. Someone's royalty in their bloodline was being attacked on Thursday through Friday. And I think that this was a full moon ritual that was being done. The full moon is supposed to be in Scorpio at either today or tomorrow. So someone was trying to attack someone's transformation. And I heard that they couldn't do it. So that's why I kind of let the message cook for a bit. I didn't want to like rush into that, but it could have been a warning, but it could still be a prevalent situation. Yeah, there's a divine contract here that was attempting to be sacrificed. I heard by a black magic coven. Someone's ex was involved, and I heard that they used baneful magic, spell work, vocal work, breath work. Something about pointillism could be significant. Pointillism is like when you take the points of a paintbrush and like kind of put dots onto paper. Sorry, my back's hurting. Okay, it's not hurting anymore. My I know someone who did this, right? Someone did this for like something. But it's like a meditative kind of painting style where it is very much like stippling, yes. You take a paintbrush and you kind of just point dots onto the paper in order to create a greater image out of the tones and the gradients of the colors for whatever image you're trying to develop. So for example, if you were painting like a tree, you kind of like pointing the paintbrush down onto the paper to create the shades of the tree in different not contexts, different textures and gradients. Thank you for joining my fan club. Yeah, so pointillism could be significant to a person who was, okay, not involved. It could be a general energy here. That's really interesting. Okay, so pointillism could be significant somewhere to something, to someone who was being attacked. Okay, this is interesting now. Someone who was being attacked could have been an artist. It could have been a painter. They could have been a painter. I heard a female painter. Could have been... Oh, no, they were involved. Okay, we have two painters here. We have one who does baneful magic, and we have another one who is a victim of baneful magic. Very interesting. Good morning, Delaney. Nice to see you. So... Okay, that's very interesting. I'm getting, there's another significance here with people having similar tastes, attitudes, interests, and things like that. There's a similarity here with the one difference being that one would be doing magic and the other one doesn't. This is a cloaking method spiritually. I'm gonna put you all up on some stuff here. Cloaking is something that's really freaky that people do. What they do is they take a likeness of someone else and then kind of do the opposite things with that same energy. So if a person is a painter and they're a good person, there will be another painter that's a horrible person trying to step into that kind of attitude, that energy, and that presence to resemble it, but in the opposite position. It's kind of like, Superman with the whole like Superman and then Bizarro Superman. It's that same energy. That's a cloaking method, and a lot of people also refer to it as a swap for energy. It's a destiny swap because people don't want to be seen for what they're actually doing. So it's a swapping method that becomes really, really weird. And let's see. We have the stork here. The stork. What could this be? The black magic attack was meant to attack someone's womb. Okay. That's creepy. Okay. So someone was doing womb magic during this ritual, and they were doing it to a woman, for sure. The woman is younger than the woman who does pointillism, I heard. That's a specific message. This is oddly specific. I don't know whose energy this is. We also have the child. This could be someone's mother. Hi, Momo. It's nice to see you. Thank you for the likes. This could be someone's child that was being attacked. And there's a mix of entangled messages here. Like there's one person with relevance to this child energy. This could be an heir, an heiress. Someone connected to this person has a mother who's been attacking them and their relationships. This is significant with the heart card on the bottom here. Forgive how raggedy my cards look at the moment. I need a new deck. But this is significant because someone's mother was actually attacking their ability to prosper in other relationships. I heard due to emotional incest and possibly physical incest. So this is very abusive. The energy I'm picking up on is so abusive and so clandestine in its abuse, so private. It's meant to be kept private by these people, but it's not private. This is known. Yes, I do specific readings. I also answer single questions for each person for free to give you an idea of what it is that I can do if you book me for a service. And in addition to readings, I don't know if you all knew this, but I also do information security and I host classes. So if you'd be interested in booking me for a class or for a reading, I do both. Let me know. You can message me or you can go to that phone number that I posted and you can contact me at that number to book me, same as a hotline. So that number is 929-443-8916. That's 929-443-8916. You can contact me there, or you can send me a message on TikTok if you feel more comfortable doing that. Either way, it's fine. So there was something very significant about this love relationship because it was challenging a status quo that was very toxic, like gross toxic. And then we have the star energy. Yeah, someone was under this person who was connected to the child is Avani. Yes, I'd be happy to do a reading for you. Just send me a message, okay? And let me know what it is in the way of your question that you have. So this card here, the person who got attacked by their mother was supposed to be a celebrity. They had great exemplary talents as a young person, and everybody saw it, and for some reason it sparked like heinous jealousy that this person is now latently kind of carrying with them as residue. And they were hexed. They were outright hexed. And for those of you who don't believe that this is possible, trust and believe me. If you knew how many people were doing magic to try to get a little bit of that energy rubbed off on them so they could start walking in star energy, you'd be disgusted. You would be like so upset at the fact that people could be so greedy and so aggressive and disrespectful of people's space. Because a lot of these attacks, I'll be the one to tell you, they are sexual assaults. They are things to trigger anxiety. They are things to damage people's self-awareness. They are things to embarrass people before they can understand what's wrong with them. They're traps. They're traps to make people look like something they're not. And this brings me to my next topic. Let me put the cards down for 1 second, everybody. We're going to talk about something. Speaking of people being made to look like something they're not, I would like to address something crucial here for my readers in the chat. These are for my fellow readers, these things right here I'm about to say. How many of you can actually tell when your cards and your messages are getting scrambled and hexed? Because me personally, I clean my cards, I clean my tools, I do all the work and whatever. But how many of you can actually tell when you're being hexed in real time to deliver messages that sound confused as all hell? Because what I'm going to tell you here, thank you so much for my gifts. I am so grateful for you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless each and every one of you who are here and participating. I want to ask For real, because like I'm seeing readers in real time delivering messages that actually I know are meant to be discussing me, but the messages are coming out all crazy. I actually went to a page myself and I understood how it was taken. Everybody got up in arms and shit, but I'm going to say this. If I'm the one coming to you like, no, that's me, but you're reading it wrong, you might want to stop and take a break. And I'm getting leaned on for that. Like, oh, I could press you for that. Yeah, but why would you? Because all I'm telling you to do is slow down and read it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my thing is, like, how many of you can actually tell when your messages are being fucked with? Because, like, you know how I figured out that my messages were being fucked with? I felt it in my body. I felt that someone was using almost like a compass to kind of twist the energy sideways. And I believe in parallel dimensions, right? There's such a thing as people using a compass like directional space to flip messages to apply in such a way where the messages will come out one way, but it's being misapplied to an energy. I don't know if that's resonating. Maybe I didn't say that in a way that makes sense, but it's almost like if your true north is here, but the message is coming out a little west or a little east, and you're still reading it because you're just like, I still got to get through these readings, da da da, then who are you reading for? Because, like, I understand the messages are not supposed to resonate for everyone. That's a fact. And there is such a thing as psychosis, but, like, for real, based on what I know about myself and the stuff that's being said, it's almost like these readers are all over the charts, but none of it's tracking. The only thing that's tracking is, like, the message as it could be, as the message as it's interpreted, but it's all like, and then this shit happened. And it's like, it's becoming a trauma dump based on what these people know as a point of reference, like based on their keys, as opposed to the higher keys, which are the actual answers. And I was like, I felt like I should say something about it. But everybody wants to be like, yeah, gang, 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 gang. Everybody knows that I'm telling the truth. And I'm like, well, what happens if you're not? Are you gonna, like, fold back and dig your heels in and be prideful? Or are you gonna accept that, like, a fellow reader is telling you, yo, slow down, I don't know if you got this one? And I know, because here's the thing, like, there have been times where in the middle of a reading, I have to stop what I'm doing and be like, wait, no, I got that one wrong. Let me start again. Because this shit happens. It really happens. But, like, some people are like, yeah, nah, I'm this shit. You see, I got all these flies on me. Like, they really have that type of mentality about spiritual work. This is my house. This is my home. The spirit is my home. Why would I be giving you bad advice? Is my question. And then there's all sorts of other stuff. Like, it's the stuff that gets said too. Like, this person has secrets, all ready to drag. And it's like, girl, guy, whoever you are, why are you so ready to drag people with your cards? Are you getting boring or something? What's wrong, right? It's about the clarity and the accuracy of the messages. Sometimes we have to sit back and be boring because nothing's happening in the spirit. Or alternatively, supposing somebody does have secrets, you mean to tell me you don't have secrets? You mean to tell me everybody knows when you wipe your ass? I don't think so. I'm just gonna be so for real about this. Like, live and let live. Because judge not the speck in someone else's eye if you got a plank in yours. I read the Bible, I follow God, and I'm the first one to be like, no, get a little further down to earth, because, like, touching grass is a thing, and we all have to do it sometimes. But I'm just gonna say it like this, right? Everybody wants to be a star. Go be a star. But don't go dragging people to become that star, because there are some people who are just here to read the messages and be like, no, 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 you know what, you're out of alignment, let me help you. Take it as you will. But it's not to shame. It's really, for real, not to shame anybody. It's to say, like, we can all be real, but, like, if everybody's real in the building, then why is somebody still on some fake shit? It's because it's either an accident, or maybe they just don't want to admit that maybe they got seen. But okay, we all get seen. That's okay. But at the end of the day, supposing you see someone Can you recollect a time maybe that you got seen? And maybe it forced you into a place where you had to like really just realign with some stuff, right? The whole point is to learn from the messages, not to hurt each other with them. Anyway, so yeah, I just heard drama queen. You know what? There's two types of drama. There's drama that fixes things, and there's drama for performance's sake. Which one are you? Because, like me, I like solutions, right? I like math, I like solutions, I like fun, and I like people getting along. But at the same time, not everybody's going to get along if everybody thinks one thing or another about themselves to keep themselves going throughout the day. Let's just be authentic in our peace and our happiness. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So the ring. Also, here's another thing for readers here who have studied. I know you studied, so I'm not bashing you for that. For those of you who did not actually study the intricacies of the keys, the answers, the sigils, all this stuff, there is no shame in learning more. None at all. There's no shame. Because also, you'll notice, especially for people, this is another thing, copycats, right? There are a lot of people who are copycats who don't know what they're talking about. But there are some people who are also using reference points because we as a community build each other's keys. I know no one's going to want to hear that because they're all going to want the credit for the original copy of the key. Right? The original set of keys. The one that was issued with the lock. Everybody wants their hands on that credit. But what I'm going to say to you is this. Supposing you get keys from other people, wouldn't the nicest thing and the most genuine thing to say be thank you? Thank you for teaching me, right? What if you fundamentally disagree with card reading, just leave it alone and allow people to be divert? That's happened to me too. I've had people of the Muslim faith come to me and, kind of be like, so what do you do? And I'm just like, so I don't sell futures, right? Because in the Bible, I'm a Catholic, right? I'm devout. In the Bible, it says, don't trust fortune tellers because they're trying to show you a future that only God can truly know. And that's what I stand by. I don't read futures necessarily. I don't talk about, yes, hi, it's nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment on the answer, but it's the truth. I don't sell futures. I can tell people where the paths may go. But my last word is always, but it's not in our control. It's God. God's gonna have your solution always. What I am is kind of like what a clear quartz crystal does for your energy. I'm a clarifier. I can translate things, right? But I'm not like I'm not a person who's gonna be like, this is what's gonna happen. I don't threaten people with the future. What I can do is if I'm channeling warnings, and this has nothing to do with the cards because I get those warnings here in my mind, in my heart, my spirit actually receives messages from the higher realms. So if I get those messages, whether or not I have these cards in my hand, I have to say something. That's my honest truth. And that's literally God positioning me to be like, stand here. And when this happens, this is your time to speak. I have no control over that. But it has served the people who I spoke with very well. I'm trying to... That's a good question. So we're at 3.5K. I usually don't do... Thank you so much for the compliment on my hair. You're so sweet. So I don't actually do those readings until, like, we get to, like, 10K likes, 20K likes. But thank you for my gifts and thank you for the likes so far. If everyone would like to tap the screen like this, we can get started on the 10K like, collection of likes, and then we can start doing the individual readings. Thank you so much for being here too. So, yeah, as it is, I follow the Bible as closely as I can, but I'll be real with you and say, like, we're all sinners. We're all sinners. None of us are perfect. We're trying. We're doing our best. We're trying to walk in the faith. We're trying to be the best that we can be. But I'll be so for real with you. it's it is a challenge. It can be a challenge. In fact, a lot of the times it's a challenge because we're actually in the process of bringing people back to God. Exactly, and that's all we can do is try. I agree, Lori. No one said we had to do a perfect job. You know, this isn't construction, it's not carpentry. We're all gonna get, we're all gonna get a little messy and lopsided sometimes. Not everything is measured with those levelers, but that's okay. We're trying. It's the fact that we have the intention to give it a chance and to work with good energy. Forgiveness is key. I'll tell you that. Forgiveness is so important and so crucial to the comprehension of the human condition. But I wanna go back to the reading here. We have an Eight of Cups in reverse. There could be a return here, a return of something. I heard a return of karma. And yes, it is a lot of self-discipline. That is not a joke. That's an understatement. That's an understatement for sure. Okay, so we have the rider. Oh, hold on a second. We have the rider. This is the rider. That's the ring. I'm sorry. This is the ring here with the Ace of Wands. This could be a new contract coming in, or not necessarily a contract. I heard one is for business. It's a contract, but there's also a union. There's a union today about this. And that's really nice. There's a union about this. There's the house, the tree, the clover, and the star. So this could be a time frame of significance. There's the house, right? There's the King of Cups. This could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It could also be someone who has water signs aspected in their chart. So this could also be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces equal to any Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus position. This could also be, this is a healthy relationship growing together with the tree card. And the Seven of Cups is signifying a choice or choosing something, delegating one's power to a choice. That's very interesting. Yes, this is a collective kind of, whoever's here, all six of you, God bless. Thanks for being here. There's also the clover card here. The number 2 could be significant. 222 could be significant, I just heard. And then there's the star energy here. The star energy is the Six of Cups. This is a twin flame journey that repaired. Oh my God. And I heard it was the trip from hell. Oh my goodness gracious. I beg your pardon? Who is this in the chat? Oh, it's a troll. Okay. I'm not answering you. I always see 2222. Yo, me too, actually. You know what I saw the other day? I saw 222 and I also saw 3333. Those quadruple combinations are crazy. Crazy to me. Yes, 4444. You matched. Yes, you matched me. I saw 4444 today, this morning, and actually 2 days ago as well. So that's another set of twos. Exactly. So that could be significant. We also have the Lilies card. We have the Lilies card. This is a divine union for sure. I heard a meeting. Very interesting. Yeah, I just pulled this card off of this side of the deck. Like I shuffled the cards and then poof, it just appears. This is the ancestors, the beloved ancestors of our highest resonances and purposes guiding this into fruition. And it's also representing the divinity of this union. There was a crucial lesson that needed to repair someone's life in this union, and that's why it came back together against literally every odd and every sensible thing. Every sensible thing that could have happened was literally thrown under the bus in favor of this union. And truth be told, that's actually how God works sometimes. God will straight up be like, you know what? I understand how logic works, but I'm God. So I'm going to bend time, space, continuums, and we're just going to make this work however we need to. He knows every path. He knows every way. We do not. If he says something, we have to follow it. That's how I'm going to phrase it. That's how I'm going to put it, because that's what he wants. We also have the fish here. Something about business. The inclination for business, the prosperity of business, something about this. That's beautiful energy. Let's clear the board. Yep, and then we have the Six of Swords moving on to calmer waters. This wanted to come out this way and not this way as I was initially looking at it. It wanted to flip this way. So the Six of Swords is moving on to calmer waters from, I heard, a detrimental situation, a past situation, something that was forgiven, and something that will be forgiven by God. And we have, yes, the lilies at the bottom of the deck. The lilies is in reverse for some. I heard false twin is trying to introduce themselves to a star energy. False twin is trying to introduce themselves to a star energy. This could be someone... Okay, I heard age difference. Age difference could be significant to a false twin. Oh, Lori, it's always so good to be serendipitously brought together with people. I love being the beacon of light, and I also love meeting the people who resonate with the messages, because like that is what I'm here to do. So if you find me and I'm like on your page or whatever, like it was meant to be. Yep, this is the public meeting here. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, there was something about a journey or like an end to a journey somewhere, and someone's confused about it. But the reason the journey ended, I heard, is because two people weren't aligned. One was scared of commitment. The other was afraid of their past. And there's like a lot of, yeah, this is sexual energy, a sexual attraction between these people. But there's a King of Swords in reverse energy. There's like major manipulation vibes here. Like huge major manipulation vibes. And it's coming through as a sexual connection and attraction. I heard flimsy date. Flimsy date. Oh dear. And then we have the coffin. The coffin upside down. Oh yeah, no. Are my cards hexed right now, Lord? Show me the truth. Yeah, this is the truth. Yep. Someone was trying to bend it somewhere else. I heard Celtic. Could be significant. Yeah. So there's some... The number 8 could be significant. With the coffin card in the upright. So there was an ending here. I'm seeing 9 of Pentacles. This person could be well off, but I'm hearing that spiritually... There's an alignment, but it's too soon. It's like something's... Oh, I know. There's a falsehood here. Someone lied. Someone lied about their presentation of self. Someone lied about their identity. Someone lied about who they really were. About their presentation of self. Someone lied about their identity. Someone lied about who they really were. They told one person the truth and they told the other person a lie. And do you know what? I heard the twins know. The twins both know the truth. So this is someone trying to tamper with a twin flame journey to become the new twin. Oh, that's messy. That's very messy. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that energy. I don't know if I like that energy. I don't know if I like that. So we also have the clouds here. Yeah, someone's confused because like there is a message. In the next 24 hours, there could be a message here about a King of Wands. I heard maybe about a lie. And then there's this. The fish. Oh, in the next 24 hours, this person might be trying to, like, chat someone up. And they have a good disposition, but it's, like, it's a good disposition that's a little messy. This woman is at the bottom of the deck. The woman knows the truth. Oh my gosh, she's jumping out of the deck. This is a fox in reverse. She's telling the truth. This is the real card. Look at this. The woman, the lady. The lady knows the truth already. She knows the truth that he's trying to give her a love offer, but it's like based in dishonesty. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. A sideways love offer. Look at the cards. It's like tilting this way. And there's some sort of contract to get in this woman's good graces for some reason. I heard for some money? Are you joking? You're still doing love scams in 2026? Are you for real? Let me be the one to tell you that's not gonna work on me. I'm so serious when I say that. Yeah. So we're at 6.2k, everyone. So we have divine connections here. Divine connections. I heard soulmate connection. Soulmate connection exists already. And this is about a divine inheritance. This is a child of God that these people are trying to pull all these scams on. I mean, you know, something you would be surprised how disillusioned people are and saying like, oh, everyone just gets scammed. That's just what people do. No, like people straight up get attacked for the fact that they come from certain bloodlines, lineages. And it's like incessant. It's always like the same thing karmically in every generation. It's always like, oh, this person's part of this bloodline, so we have to go after them. And it's like when you do the research, it's like, holy shit, this tracks. How many people have said this? This tracks too. How many people have felt this? This tracks too. And it goes on and on and on. And it's like, for the people who have actually done the work to figure out that it's a spiritual issue, it gets very, very sad. Because you see people who are in full deservance of their wealth not getting anything. And this is the era, this generation, where it's changing. So now people are scared. They're like, why is this the case? Why aren't we allowed to do this anymore? Because you had your forgiveness. You had your era of forgiveness to pull this kind of shit. And now it's not working anymore. Why are you upset about that? Right? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how are you going to be upset that this time, probabilistically, it didn't work? This is just statistics at this point. You really want to be upset about numbers making sense as numbers? I mean, no, it doesn't work like that. So, you know, if this is something that can track in sociology, why wouldn't it be tracking spiritually with application to sociology? I mean, isn't any realm of study also tied to the spirit of what one is studying and the spirit of the improving of the human perspective, the humans on Earth? It's just it's just really, it's interesting to me. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Yeah, so we have a healthy return of a masculine. This is someone offering a genuine, healthy connection here. The number 8 could also be significant, but it's also the tree. Something about nature, connection to nature. There's the gentleman here, and the Ace of Cups. So this is like a whole renewal of something. This is like renewing your ID or something. Like, hey, I'm back, you know, this is what we came to do, kind of thing. Like, it's just everything came into alignment with something, and it's giving very, very bright, happy energy. It's really nice. Everyone, we're at 6.9k. If you can hit that like button, we can get to 10k a little faster. Not the like button. I say like button all the time. It's this. You tap the screen there. Good. And oh, okay. Actually, you know something? I went on that whole tangent talking about people being able to know when their stuff is hexed, when their tools aren't working, when they're out of touch, when they're maybe burned out from readings, when they're kind of like not fully tapped in, right? You're going to feel it literally maybe in your solar plexus or any type of areas in your body that are especially sensitive to tampering. You're going to feel a shift, almost as if your own intuition has been physically displaced. If it were a thing that had a physical presence or body, you're actually going to feel like it's misaligned. Like if it's supposed to be straight, you're almost going to feel like it's being shifted out of a groove that it's supposed to be in. And this is significant because if you can tap into that energy and check yourself as you're reading, you will know for sure that someone is messing with your messages or trying to throw off the actual truth of the message to make you a deliverer of foul speech. This is something that happens to a lot of people. It's about catching it. I'm so for real when I say this. People are prone to saying and delivering these messages because sometimes there are impersonators for their spiritual help that climb in and try to say this, this, and this. And they're not real. And especially for the talented readers out here, they know that this is possible. They know that this is possible, but they don't know when it's happening. They actually get hit the hardest with the deception. And I'm saying that this is the hard part, okay? I'm saying this out of love. I don't even know where the rest of the deck is. The deck split, and this is what was in my hand. I speak from love, okay? I speak from a place of love and genuine discernment. Can I tell you how many times I've been tricked by my guides because they weren't really my guides? Someone was genuinely so obsessed with trying to steer my path away from the right alignment that if they made themselves sound like something they weren't, down to the mimicry is what I'm saying. Be very careful. I'm speaking from a place where this happened to me too. So it's like, get upset if you like, but like, what business do I have correcting you on anything if it's not to help you? It's like, hello. This is like, whatever. This is common sense to me, but it's fine. This is what I mean, like the whole trauma dumping and like letting people getting into a position where like you gotta get on the defensive because you're sure that everybody else is on the defensive with you. It's not like that. Like this is heartfelt with me anyway. But okay, so then we have the Lady and the Sun. Yeah, this is the truth of these exposures, because you straight up are going to have people who come to you like, yes, I'm the truth. Yes, I'm God. Yes, I'm your messenger. They're not. Be mindful that this is possible, especially if you are a true judge of character. You're always going to have that kind of stuff to sift through. Like, you literally have to like cut through stuff. You have to cut through stuff and be like, is this the truth? You have to be like, it almost puts people on edge. It puts people into a very aggressive attitude because they have so much truth to sort through. It's almost like you're auditing in live time as you're detecting this kind of stuff. And it's not easy to do that because energetically it's very draining. It is draining as all hell. And of course it's going to make people a little edgy too. But yeah, there's something about like the crossroads. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is someone who received some tangible proof of bad evidence. Or they received like a message or something, kind of like, yeah, I'm seeing like the path splitting off somewhere. Someone left a message that left someone feeling like they received something untrue. So there was also like a division somewhere regarding this factor, this situation. But yeah, this person was coming from a place of love, and they're older than this person, so it's like it could be intimidating getting that kind of like, I guess you could say like advisory structure, something. But like, this is truly, yeah, a knight of cups. So someone rushed in with like maybe an emotional response to something that was meant to be like genuine guidance from an elder. The King of Swords, and not in the reverse position where you're dealing with manipulation, but King of Swords upright, like having a good humor about how fucked up it can be to interpret messages properly when you're already like in a situation where you have so much to interpret in a way that is structured, or in a way that can apply to more than one thing with the same cards. I have no idea. Okay, to everyone who's new here, thank you so much for being here. We're still trying to get to 10K before we answer any of these questions, and with respect to scrolling, you're gonna have to ask them once again once we get to 10K, so just hold your horses, okay, everyone? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I usually don't try to read anyone individually until I get at least 10 or 20K 10K likes. Like, we usually push for 15, but like, it's Saturday. I had a long week. I just want to like vibe and chill with everyone and get some readings out. But if you are interested in booking me, do that, because I'd be happy to read for you. We have the Clover card as significance. Yeah, this is a really lucky union for people here. We have the divine feminine energy, and we have the divine masculine energy somewhere in here. There he is. There's a gentleman. So this is really nice. We have the star energy, the star 6 of cups. We have the anchor. Anchor 9 of swords. Someone's been anxious about something for a very long time. I'm not sure what about. I heard friends. Anxious about friends. Anxious about friends. Friend circle. Anxious about friend circle. They know something. They know something. What does this mean? Anxious about friend circle. If you'd like to contribute to the likes getting up to 10,000, you just have to tap the screen and continuously just keep tapping. And that'll like bring us up to 10K, and then I can start reading for everyone. We are at 8.9 thousand at the moment, so that's pretty cool. We can do some things with that. Thank you for my rose. Thank you so much, everyone. That's amazing. Send another 429 likes. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many you send, like, as long as we get to 10K, all of us collectively, like, you know, you can just keep going until we get there, and then, you know, you can send the likes that you like, it's fine, but, yeah, we have the book. There's a secret. Someone has a secret here. Who has a secret? You reserve all questions for until we get to 10K. Someone has a secret here. Who has a secret? Who has a secret? Do they want to keep the secret? Who has the secret? If it's coming out here, I'm guessing someone already knows what's going on here. Who has the secret? Thank you for joining. Someone has a secret. What's the secret here? A secret about someone's fruit? The fruit of someone's tree? I heard deception. Uh-oh. There's a theft being planned. The fruit of someone's tree. You see this fruit on this card? This is like someone's divinity, someone's inheritance, someone's something. The fruits of their labor, literally, is how I usually interpret this. A lot of people read playing cards. I started out that way. Okay, so the book, a secret about an inheritance, a secret about foul play, a secret about foul play. Oh, we're at 10K! Okay, we'll get back to this. That's important. Okay, so let's see, who had that question? If you're so unbothered by fools, why are you in my chat acting bothered as fuck, is just what I'm asking you. Okay, bye. Stink ass. Okay, anyway. So... Does Manny want to start over with me? Natty, let's find out. I didn't even get a chance to pull the cards. I'm just gonna do cold readings. I heard yes. I'm hearing yes. So you have yes as your answer. Brooke, when Tyler's friend looked at our table during lunch, was it because Tyler likes me? I heard he was staring at your shoes. Maybe he has a foot fetish? He likes you. Okay. Okay, who else? I'm trying to scroll through here, but if you have questions, start asking them. Momo, thank you so much for those likes. Thank you for everyone coming through with the likes. That's really nice of you. Monique, when is Bansa going to message me? It might be a couple of weeks. I just heard a couple of weeks. I heard 2 to 3 days could be significant for an event, and then they're gonna text you about it like later or something like this. So it's like it's almost like I'm picking up almost like they something's gonna happen in the next couple of days, and then they're gonna like text you about it in a couple of weeks. Is what I'm understanding from this, or something like this. Like again, I'm not gonna know exactly how it happens, and I'd like to say there are always possibilities in delays. So it's like, while I could recant the events to you, like I understand that delays are possible, and it's because, especially if it's a divine union or like something that's sent by God, evil tries to interfere. Evil tries to distract. It's up to us to give it that chance. If we don't let evil distract us, nothing gets interrupted. You know, it's about recognizing God from everything else and setting that apart. When will you move back to Long Island, Sunshine? Let's find out. I'm hearing 7 weeks. I'm hearing 7 weeks could be significant to your journey back home. I'm not sure how yet, and I'm not sure why, but something like 7 weeks is significant. My phone's dying, everyone. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, I'm at 6%. If this phone dies, if the session stops, I'm so sorry. Suzanne, if your lease is up in February. So I'm hearing 7 weeks could be significant to the decision to move back somehow. I would let it play out. And this is a Scorpio full moon coming up, so it's kind of like just roll with it and see how it goes. Lori, okay, I'm doing one question per person. That's what it's supposed to be. If you'd like to book me for a reading, even if it's something small, I charge $15 for 3 cards. I charge $60 for 10 cards, and I charge for per hour. Like I charge per hour as well. I do cold readings as well, which is what I just did. I pulled really no cards to clarify. Lori, there are 2 questions. Will you get to see RT this week? And will... Okay. So I just checked it. Will you get to see RT this week? There's a lot of interference in this. I feel like this is significant to you, and that's why there's like static here. Okay. So intuitively, I'm picking up, Lori, Tuesday could be significant for communication about this. I don't know if you're going to meet on Tuesday. I'm not going to say that, but I'm hearing the word Tuesday. Tuesday, you might get a text. He or she, I'm not sure. This person might be sending you a physical text message. You might receive a message from this person around Tuesday. I'm hearing Tuesday night to make plans. So maybe so. I don't know if you're gonna see him this week, but you may get a text message to plan for your next meetup. So there you have it. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, if you're interested in booking me for one of my intuitive readings, be it with cards or cold readings, thank you so much for the likes, Lori. Message me or text me, call me. Pick up whatever it is that you want to ask me and just bring it to me. I can pretty much just decode anything for you. Now, again, I don't sell futures, right? But I do help as many people as I can with whatever it is I'm able to. So just let me know. I've been doing this for a while too. I've been reading since I'm 18 years old. I've been doing this for literally, like, you'd never guess, I've been able to do this for about 18 years. Okay, so I just want to thank you here. And if you have any questions for me, yeah, 18 years, seriously. And it's been like, I tell people, like, listen, I may be a divine judge, but like, don't envy me for what I can do, because while I have discernment, there were a lot of trials, a lot of tests on my spirit that, like, literally some people may have never survived. Like, one of the reasons I do like tech classes that I was talking about earlier, if you missed that, I can reintroduce it. I teach tech classes and information technology based on my own survival of human trafficking that started with technology abuse and then escalated into basically a soft kidnapping of me to another state entirely. So I have really good intentions here, and all of the things that I was able to learn have shaped me into who I am. I don't really answer to a lot of BS coming from people because I know exactly why I'm here, and I love you all. So if you'd like to book me for a class, a reading, let me know what you'd like, and I'm happy to serve. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. I am gonna sign off of this live before my phone dies to make a graceful exit. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to say, you know, I pray for you all. I hope that everyone has a beautiful, happy, peaceful, prosperous weekend, and that your week that follows, if I don't see you again here, although I hope I do, that you're all gonna have a beautiful week full of peace, a lack of issues, and smooth transactions. Love you guys. Take care. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for my gifts and everything. So long. Whoop. Did I get... where's that button? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, I was trying to sign me up for another thing as my phone is dying. So long, everyone.